of the agencies to transform them into a formidable organization that has the authority as well as the legal mandate to enforce tax laws in Ghana. The dedicated and committed staff were empowered with a credible yet dependable database that provides information on businesses and persons who do business in Ghana. As a result of this, taxpayers are their customers who would enjoy also a superior tax-paying experience. We faced major challenges to tax collection. As you know, Ghana's tax to GDP ratio is 13%, which is very low. The African average is around 16 to 17%. The OECD has around 34%. So 13% is very, very low in comparison. And the challenges we face fundamentally that we were having to deal with was the issue of a very large informal economy. And in an informal economy, it's just like a black box. Anything goes. There's no transparency. We had no unique identification of people. We couldn't even tell who the taxpayers were, because there's no unique identification of taxpayers, since many people did not have a tax identification number. We could not tell at the end of the year, the GRA could not tell who has filed their taxes and who has not filed their taxes, because they didn't have the database to be able to make that assessment. So many people go around and, they don't pay their taxes, but the GRA could not get to them to pay their taxes. In the area of property taxation, we did not really have a property address system. So there was a difficulty in uniquely identifying properties for taxation. Then also in the context of this informal economy, we had a dominance of cash transactions. And the dominance of cash transactions is as a result of two factors. First, many people did not have bank accounts. So you had a lot of people who were excluded from the financial system. So payments have to be by cash. And secondly, if you are inclined to evade taxes, you will use cash more than anything else. And so this dominance of cash transactions was another issue. But there are many people who may want to pay the tax, but have challenges. They don't even know what their tax compliance status is in the first place. They don't receive any reminders about finding about tax compliance status. It wasn't there. The process to find out was a bit more challenging. Then you had the manual filing of taxes, which was even cumbersome for even the educated ones amongst the population. And then the difficulty of obtaining a tax clearance certificate was all part of this mix, as we were just told. So it was very clear to our government when we assumed office in 2017 that digitalization was the surest and quickest way to address many of these challenges that I have just talked about. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, the digital journey GRA has undergone in the past few years mirrors the government's digitalization agenda. The digitalization agenda is simply an expression of government's resolve and desire to make it easy and convenient for the good people of Ghana to access government and other services, Over the years, several digital remedies have been introduced to transform the manual ways of providing services in the public services. Some of these initiatives, which have a direct bearing on our ability to increase domestic revenue mobilization, to collect taxes, include the introduction of the Ghana card as a unique identifier of individuals in Ghana. Apart from helping build our national identification system by leveraging on technology, the Ghana card helps us identify individuals for tax purposes. It therefore solved the problem which had existed since independence of unique identification. That problem was solved with the Ghana card. To resolve the problem of only a small number of people, and that meant at the end of 2016, only 4% of the adult population of Ghana had tax identification numbers. Only 4%. So to resolve this problem of only a small number of people having tax identification numbers and the cumbersome process of obtaining a tax identification number, we made the decision to make the Ghana card number the tax identification number. And in so doing, your Ghana card is your reference registration, filing of returns, making payments of tax due, and accessing other services provided by the GRA. By making the Ghana card the TIN number, we increase the percentage of the adult population with a TIN number from 4% to 85%, just like that. Then another initiative was the digital addressing system and the digital property address system, which is providing us with addresses for all properties or locations in Ghana. And today, all properties are now uniquely identified, and this has allowed the Ministry for Local Government and Decentralization, along with the Ghana Revenue Authority, to put together a common property tax platform. And on this platform, they have about 8 million properties on this database. So by leveraging on the digital property address system, Ghana has now built a database under this common platform for property taxation, where we can see about 8 million properties. And so for the first time, we now have the tools to implement an effective property tax regime in Ghana. And I think GRA is rolling that out. Because before this, only 9% of properties in Ghana paid property tax. 9%. So you have a major gap, and now we can tell which properties have paid, which properties have not paid. The fourth initiative that we have implemented that has a bearing on our ability to mobilize domestic tax revenue is the introduction of mobile money interoperability. As I mentioned earlier, we have a dominance of cash transactions. And because, most people don't have bank accounts, but many people had mobile telephones and mobile money. And so we decided to integrate and make interoperable the mobile money wallet and the bank account. And this was something that no other country in Africa had done. We took that challenge on and we implemented it. And by so doing, we made the bank account and the mobile wallet interoperable. So you can pay from the mobile money account into a bank account and receive from a bank account into the mobile money account, and at the same time move from one mobile provider to the other, like Vodafone to MTN, and it was all interoperable. Now we were able to do this, and so in so doing, it has resulted in over 90% of adults in Ghana having either a mobile money account, which for all intents and purposes, the mobile money account in Ghana is virtually a bank account, because you can keep your money in it. You can even get loans, quick loans on your mobile money account. You can receive interest on your mobile money balances. It's virtually a bank account. You can pay, for services like you do. You can even receive remittances from abroad directly onto your mobile wallet without having to look for Western Union or what we used to do in the past. So today, 90% of adults in Ghana have either a mobile money wallet or a traditional bank account. And this has made Ghana, the latest data that came out a few months ago says Ghana is the #1 country in Africa as far as access to financial inclusion is concerned. And has made Ghana also the fastest growing mobile money market in Africa. And you'll see this growth in e-commerce and so on as a result of mobile money. And even when you meet the granite seller or plantain seller on the street, you can pay them with mobile money. It's very ubiquitous now. Undoubtedly, ladies and gentlemen, GRA has taken advantage of the transformation of delivery of services through technology by the introduction of paperless ports and the integrated customs management system, ICAMS. Importers can testify to the convenience and ease that this paperless port system has brought into the payment of duties and taxes at the ports. Furthermore, the introduction of the cashless mode of payment of taxes has enabled taxpayers to pay taxes conveniently through either mobile money, bank transfer, or other cashless means. The introduction of the Ghana.gov platform has also enabled us to pay for the provision of government services digitally. Ladies and gentlemen, the introduction of the innovative electronic VAT platform, the e-VAT, has also signaled the beginning of an era of transparency and accountability in VAT. Over the years, the contribution of VAT to government revenue has gradually declined, and government had to find ways to remedy this situation. By the end of 2023, GRA will have onboarded about 600 taxpayers, with an additional 1,000 businesses joining the platform by the close of the year. As we buy from VAT-registered businesses, let us demand for VAT invoices and help build a better Ghana in the process. Ladies and gentlemen, in addition to all of these initiatives, the GRA is also outdooring a short code today, which is a diagnostic tool that will help you check on your tax status with the click of a button. So the *880# that Reverend Amishadai was able to get us, *880# short code, has been designed to quickly scan your tax records and provide you with a feedback on your status as a taxpayer. I encourage all of us to immediately check our status and to know where we stand. I also encourage us to quickly make good on our tax status if we are found to be non-compliant. In fact, if you are found to be non-compliant, it's very important that you quickly get compliance. You see, because I know that the GRA is looking for money. So they will go to people who have not been compliant, and then you complain that they are harassing you. So the best antidote to harassment is to just comply. And you can sit in your bedroom and file online, pay what is due, and get your electronic tax certificate. And when any GRA officer knocks on your door, you just smile and show them your electronic tax certificate and say, bye-bye, I don't need to see you here. So it's a very important tool for us in terms of compliance. So the Taxpayers portal on which these solutions sit has several other features in addition, such as the filing of tax returns, tax payment, refunds, and application for tax reliefs. The thinking behind all of these innovations is to provide a shift in attitudes towards tax payment so that we all become law-abiding citizens, contributing our quota to national development. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, payment of taxes has never been a pleasant thing, even though it remains a national duty that we have all been called to. That is why I'm particularly happy that GRA is introducing products such as the electronic tax clearance certificate, which enables taxpayers in good standing to be officially declared as tax compliant. The Revenue Administration Act of 2016 prescribes the categories of persons who are required to request for a tax clearance certificate. For example, all professional bodies are required to ensure that their members have obtained a tax clearance certificate indicating that they are in good standing with the GRA before their practicing licenses are renewed. The Lands Commission requires a tax clearance certificate for land title registration and transactions, while ministries, agencies, and local government authorities are to request a tax clearance certificate before you can bid for contracts and submit tenders for the supply of goods and services. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, the month of April each year is designated as a Tax and Good Governance Month in Ghana. Section 124, subsection 1 of the Income Tax Act of 2015 and the Revenue Administration Act provide that a person shall file a tax return to the Commissioner General not later than 4 months after the end of the previous year. This is a month, the month of April, set aside to bring awareness on tax issues while encouraging all eligible persons to file their annual income tax returns. This month, we should all have a national conversation on taxes, how we should pay, why we should pay, and how we should pay the taxes. The conversation will help deepen our understanding of the taxes we pay and the consequences of non-compliance. I would also like to use this opportunity to ask the GRA to turn their attention more on the millions of individuals and many enterprises that do not file taxes. For the most part, we tend to concentrate more and more on those who have already filed. That's the easy way out. But there's so much more. The gap is for those who have not filed their taxes. And we should be setting targets for our offices to be bringing in people into the tax net. That is how we will widen the net. And so it's very important, Reverend Abashadai, that we should be focusing on bringing people into the tax net. There are millions who just have never filed taxes, and we should look at making sure we can bring them into the tax net. Ladies and gentlemen, I cannot conclude my address without touching on our core duty of taxpayers. Let me use this platform to urge all Ghanaians, and indeed all who earn incomes in Ghana, to faithfully submit their tax returns and to declare any taxes due. Taxes are the lifeblood of any country and are used to build nations. When we faithfully declare and pay our taxes, we will be in a position to hold the government accountable to what our tax money is being used for. Ladies and gentlemen, let us really join hands to develop our country. The reforms that have been introduced through digitalization, ladies and gentlemen, has made it easy to get a TIN number because of the Ghana card. It's easy to get a bank account or a mobile money account because of mobile money interoperability. Today, it is easy to check your tax compliance status online. It is easy to file your taxes online. It is easy to pay your taxes online, and it is easy to get a tax clearance certificate electronically. We have therefore put in place, ladies and gentlemen, all the building blocks for effective domestic revenue mobilization in Ghana. I never thought I would be able to say and make this statement this soon, but I'm very, very glad that we have gotten to this point. At any point in time, given the tools that have been put in place, at any point in time, we will know who has filed their taxes and who has not filed. We will also know which property owners have paid their property taxes and who have not. Anybody can find their tax status. So it is incumbent on the GRA to leverage all these pillars and digital technology to ensure and enforce compliance. I can say, without any fear of contradiction, that not many countries in Africa are in the position that Ghana is in today with all these pillars that have been put in place. Frankly, I'm so proud of what the Ministry of Finance under Honorable Ken Ofori-Atta and the GRA under the leadership of Reverend Dr. Ame Shaddai have been able to accomplish in this area. Congratulations. Congratulations. So it is possible for us, ladies and gentlemen, if we put our minds to it, it is possible to build systems that exist in the developed and advanced countries. And we are showing by what we are doing that we are putting in place these systems here in Ghana. And on this note, ladies and gentlemen, I declare the electronic tax clearance certificate, the compliance short code, the online filing, and the Tax and Good Governance Month duly launched. Thank you very much for your attention.